Hey there, part 2 of El Duende. So typically, and I did look this up and there really is no right or wrong to it, but typically when I've been doing El Duende, there's been about a week lapse between layers, but I was feeling a little bit inspired. So as you saw, my first had the coat of modeling paste over the word everything that was on my canvas, but I got a little carried away. So I walked away, but I came back into the room and I saw it and I said, you know what, I want to go further. So this is going with the flow. This is allowing yourself to really be in that moment, and I did. So here's what happened. So I wound up going back with some more modeling paste and covered the entire canvas. So like I had said, I initially had started out with just doing this one area here, but then I got inspired because here is what happened with part 2. I had done a previous art project using embroidery thread, so I found all these little pieces and I'm like, hey, this would be really cool, kind of laid out into the modeling paste. So let me show you what I did. So note to self, once you're laying that down and your fingers start getting paste on them, it's gonna get a little rough. So I'm gonna finish and show you how it looks at the end. I just found this old piece of plastic, and what I'm doing is going and just kind of pressing around and making sure that all of the thread is kind of pushed into the paste. So that way, when it dries, it doesn't come off the board. And here's the other part, is that you do want it adhered into the paste because you're probably gonna add another layer over it, most likely something like paint or even collage, so you don't want it sticking to that. So here's the finished product. So my favorite part of doing this is actually there's no right or wrong. I mean, that's typical with artwork, but for El Duende, it's kind of just going with the flow and being in that moment and whatever inspires you. So like I said, I had thought I had finished the first layer. I walked out of the room, walked by my ball of embroidery thread, and I go, I bet this would look so cool. So keeping in the moment, knowing that the paste was still wet, I just went back and added it on top. So that is layer 2 of my El Duende. Tune in next time for layer 3. I'm Jean, and I'm an art therapist.